again.
Good evening.
It's so good to be here. First time I'm visiting this club. And I'm honored to be called to evaluate Sanjay. Sanjay, and all of you, especially Sanjay. Before we started, you asked me to evaluate you on the words that you use, vivid imagery. I'll say that my first impression was you are a natural speaker. Undoubtedly, you're very comfortable with the language. You started the story with very good pacing. And I was saying, oh wow, this guy is easy to listen to. You took us on the story, the little ride of the travels and travails of that dowry. And what I liked about you is you did use vivid imagery. You used triads to describe the bike. You used alliterations. There were times when you described the sunset, the setting of all that happened. So we could visualize those things. And another thing was the characterization. I especially liked the railway officials. I could just imagine them, and the similarity from one station to another station. They have that commonality of that oily flick of hair. You did say like a head doused in oil, but it wasn't the head, just the hair. I was trying to imagine a very oily head. That's not what it was. Yeah, so you have to be careful with those things. That was very nice. And you took us on, and one of the requirements for this particular storytelling project was you had to build a climax. Now, most of us, I think, would have guessed something would go wrong with the bike. So that wasn't so much of a climax builder, right? So there wasn't so much drama, and I think what you need to work on is you are a very good pace speaker, but sometimes in the story, to create drama, to create that excitement, building the climax, you need to have vocal variety and differential pacing, because there was a very standard pacing throughout the story. You need to have some fast pacing, going to the station and all that, not the same pacing, so we can imagine like that. And then you need to slow down certain parts where you describe the misery of the brother-in-law and stuff. It is, after all, storytelling, right? So those were the parts that you need to really work on. Whereas the vivid imagery which you asked me to focus on, I think you did that pretty well. It's only the vocal variety and the differential pacing I would ask you to work on. Overall, I found it a good piece of storytelling because I was taken for a ride. Not necessarily on a fast, whatever. I don't ride bikes. I don't ride anything actually. I don't even drive. But yes, it was a good story. Well done. Could do a little bit better, but overall, good storytelling. Back to you.
Thank you, Sham. Thank you, Sham. You were spot on. Very good evaluation. Yes, I really don't have anything else to add to that. You were right about creating a scene that is so important. Whether it is at the level that you are in or whichever level, you've got to create a scene. 20 years ago, where is the railway station? Paint that thing. But well done to Sham for pointing all those things out. Thank you. Let's give them all a big